Kakamega Senator Boni Khalwale took to his social media pages on Wednesday, March 18, 2026 to showcase newly opened offices in the United Patriotic Front, a party in Garissa County. The post, which drew considerable attention from political observers, marked another visible step in a steady expansion campaign that has seen the party establish a physical presence across multiple regions of the country. The Garissa office came just days after a similar party office was unveiled in Bungoma, signaling that UPA's organizational footprint was growing beyond Western Kenya and stretching into the coast and northern east regions. Khalwale founded UPA on July 14, 2025 at his home in Manila during a gathering that attracted supporters who had been allied to him within the ruling United Democratic Alliance. From the outset, he framed the party as a youthful driven outfit, placing university student leaders in leadership roles and assigning regional coordinators to manage a grassroots operation across the country. At the founding event, he introduced a young woman wearing a branded UPA t-shirt as a coordinator for the Western region, while also naming coordinators from the Mount Kenya and Coast regions, signaling an intention to operate at a national rather than merely a local scale. Khalwale has been unambiguous about his 2027 target. He intends to contest the Kakamega gubernatorial seat using UPA as his political vehicle, and he declared at the party's launch that the path to the governorship through the United Democratic Alliance was firmly closed. His reasoning was direct. President William Ruto had already publicly aligned himself with sitting Kakamega Governor Ferdinand Barasa, effectively shutting out Khalwale's ambition within the ruling party. Khalwale pointed to the public endorsement as confirmation that his political future lay outside the Kenya Kwanza coalition. The senator frustration with UDA went deeper than 2027 race. During the same July 4th gathering, Khalwale recounted in detail how he had been sidelined during the 2022 general election. He described a behind-the-scene arrangement involving President Ruto and Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi that costed him the Kakamega gubernatorial ticket, leaving him to settle for the Senate seat without having planned or campaigned for it. He recalled that his late wife had cooked for the president during a strategic decision held at their home in support for the Kenya Kwanza campaign, a detail he used to illustrate the depth of his commitment and the bitterness of what he described as a calculated betrayal. The consequences of Khalwale's political move came swiftly when the Malava by-election was held on November 27, 2025. Khalwale openly campaigned for the Democratic Action Party of Kenya candidate Seth Panyako, defying the official position of his UDA party, which had filled its own candidate. Within days of those results, Senate Majority Leader Aaron Cheriot wrote to the Senate Speaker Amason Kingi, notifying him that Khalwale was being removed as Senate Majority Whip. The position was handed to Bungoma Senator David Wakoli. Speaker Kingi confirmed the changes took effect immediately, citing compliance with the relevant Senate standing orders. Despite losing the majority whip role, Khalwale continued to build momentum for his 2027 bid. On August 31st, 2025, Saboti, Member of Parliament Caleb Amise openly endorsed Khalwale's gubernatorial campaign during a joint appearance in Matungu, describing the senator as a bold leader who is unafraid to speak the truth to those in power. Amisi urged the people of Kakamega to throw their weight behind Khalwale, framing him as a kind of leader the country requires at its next chapter of development. The APK party leader Eugene Wamalwa, however, viewed the profiliation of the new political party in Western Kenya with deep suspicion. He labeled outfits such as UPA as appendix of the UDA administration, urging or arguing that their purpose was to fragment the opposition vote in Mulembe region and weaken the APK's grip on the areas ahead of the 2027. Wamalwa specifically cited UPA alongside the Democratic National Alliance, whose candidate had finished third in Malava by-election, as evidence of a deliberate strategy to dilute opposition unity in the region. Wamalwa noted that many DNA officials were force members or former members of Musalia Mudavadi Amani National Congress, and he characterized the migration of the new outfit as another attempt to disrupt the opposition organizational base. Khalwale, for his part, had already begun challenging senior government figures with influential over the region. On July 26, 2025, he publicly confronted Deputy President Kithure Kindiki over the remarks DP had made during a visit to Kakamega, in which Kindiki suggested that Governor Barasa would retain the 2027 seat. Khalwale told Kindiki directly that the people of Kakamega had exclusive right to determine their own governor, and that a figure who has failed to consolidate Mount Kenya for the president had no standing to come and direct political outcomes in another region. Khalwale then reaffirmed that he would be the next governor for Kakamega.